Okay, let's look at another example for the test for goodness of fit. So this says the Census Bureau of the United States government found that 13% of adults did not finish high school, 30% graduated from high school only, 29% had some college education but did not obtain a bachelor's degree, and 28% were college graduates. To see if these proportions were consistent with those people who lived in Lincoln County area, a local researcher selected a random sample of 300 adults, found that 43 did not finish high school. So that is your observed value. 76 were high school graduates only. That is your observed value. 96 had some college education. That's your observed value. And 85 were college graduates. At alpha of 0.10, test the claim that the proportions are the same. Okay, that's important right there. They say the proportions are the same for the adults in Lincoln County as stated by the Census Bureau. Well, remember, for these type of problems, we can have there is no difference. Let me change that back to black ink. So we can say there is no difference. That means they're the same. And there is a difference. That can be our null and alternative. Let's make this a little bit bigger so that it fits better. And expand it. All right, so here we go. We have our null and all our alternative. And in this case, we want to identify the claim. They said in the problem they think they're the same. So the claim is going to be the null. So let me write claim right here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our chart and find our expected value, our critical value, okay? Not expected, our critical value. So this one is alpha of 0.10, okay? There are 4 categories there. So our degrees of freedom, let me write this here, our degrees of freedom is going to equal 4 minus 1. Remember, they told us that before. Degrees of freedom is the number of categories minus 1. So degrees of freedom is going to be 3. So you grab your chi-squared chart, you go down 3 on the left, you go across to alpha of 0.10, and this time our critical value is going to be equal to 6.251. That is our step 2. Our critical value goes right here. Next, we're moving on to step 3. Step 3, we're doing our test value. Now, it's a little bit different this time than the last time because we don't expect each category to be the same. They gave us percentages. We expect 13% of the 300 to not finish high school. So you do 0.13 times 300 and you get 39. On the next one, they expect 30% to have high school only. So you do 0.30 times 300, you get 90. After that, 29% some college, 0.29 times 300 gives you 87. And the last one is 28% of college graduates. So you do 0.28 times 300 and you get 84. These are your expected values, okay? So now, let me write that over here to the side. These are the ones that are expected. So now you want to follow the formula, observed minus expected squared over expected. This gives us our chi-squared test value. So they observed 43 in the did not finish high school, minus they expected 39. So 43 minus 39 squared over 39, plus, because we're summing, the next category was graduated from high school. They observed 76, minus they expected 90 squared over 90. Plus, the next category was some college education. They observed 96, they expected 87. So 96 minus 87 squared over 87. Plus the last category, college degree, 85 minus 84 squared over 84. For the first one, you get 0.410 when you divide it. The next category, you get 2.178. Then you get 0.931 and 0.012. When you add all of those up, your test value is 3.531. That would be to the left in the white area here. That's to the left of your critical value. So now we're ready to do our next step. Okay, so we're going to do step 4. And in step 4, we check the white area only. So for step 4, reject or do not reject the null. It's not empty, so we do not reject the null. That would be our step 4. Now the last step talks about the claim. Go back up here, over here, see what they claimed. They claimed they were the same, that there was no difference. That would be the null, the white area. So go to the white area and look for your evidence. Your evidence, your test value, is there. So there is enough evidence to support the claim that it would be the same in Lincoln County. So your step 5 would be there is enough evidence to support the claim.